Yo, it's me, Doncho. Welcome back to the Shoutout, you guys, and we're talking about fantasy chapter 21. As you guys can tell, in this chapter, we got pretty interesting. We got some information on that new antagonist group we are dealing with, and as we said, she is dead. They are all deaf part of that Senju group, so we saw that coming, you guys. So that's exciting to talk about. And we got some new characters. That bald-headed dude, you know, he's about to get intertwined with things, and we moving on to, you know what I'm saying, my favorite thing outside that goddamn school setting. So I'm excited. But before we get into it, as I always say, if you like this content from the Hideout, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and the bell icon so you know when something new drops and you don't miss it, all right, you guys? And if you want to support the channel, you can hit the links below for the coffee where you can hit some quick donations to us. We really appreciate it. Or you can hit the Patreon link and become Patreon. We would appreciate that. Get some exclusive content your way. Love it here. But before we get into the rest, intro. Yeah, so as I was saying, you guys, Phantom Seer, chapter 21. We are leaving the school. Love it. That means I'm excited. I already know this arc is about to be amazing because it's not in school. I already know. As I keep always saying it, whenever this manga leaves that goddamn school setting, it gets 10 times better. So I'm so ready to see what's going on here at the dollhouse. And for those, you know, that are probably wondering, okay, Doncho, let's start from the beginning. Let's get to the beginning, then we go to the end. We're gonna start from the beginning, okay, you guys. So we talk about how Home Dude got killed, most likely by a Phantom. Cool. He didn't get killed by no Phantom. He most likely got killed by the doll master because we seen he had that little voodoo doll at his crib with a hole in the motherfucking stomach. So it's clear the doll master's doing voodoo shit. Crazy. Okay, cool. So we already get into the midst of some really cool, interesting powers happening here in Phantom Seer, and I'm ready to get into it. But before we get all the way to there, we gotta talk about how Homegirl, who they had saved, apparently still has a little bit of Phantom inside of her. So she's not necessarily human or just Phantom right now, but she seems okay. So I'm assuming that's being built up for her to become an ally who can probably control some Phantom powers. I'm also wondering, is this turning her into a conceiving hand? Because I wonder if that's what these conceiving hands are. These conceiving hands are part human, part Phantom type of creatures, and the Senju chick probably helps them become that way. And like they said, she's now learning how to control humans to do things for her because they thought she wasn't dangerous by herself. I don't understand why you think a Phantom who can speak and is sentient is not dangerous by itself. In my head, that does not make any sense. And you would think some veteran shaman knew something like that, but maybe they don't. I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm just gonna keep going, and we're gonna keep pushing, okay? This might be something different they have seen before. This might be all new to everybody. So, like I said, I am interested in the bald dude and his big ass head. I am interested in him and see what he can do, what his powers are. I wonder what exactly is gonna happen with him and how he's gonna help them out with dealing with the puppet master. But as I said, I think that Homegirl is being built up to be able to probably be able to help them in the future and to be able to control her Phantom powers. Maybe she become a conceiving hand, control her powers to be able to fight with them and, you know, switch it up, you know what I'm saying, do something different, which would be pretty cool. So they talk about that, and they talk about getting ready to do this next mission. And the dude who protects the Tengu sitter dude, I'm sorry, y'all, I don't know names. I'll get him eventually. But the Tengu sitter dude, he talks about how, oh, okay, bald dude has us on this mission. It ain't no regular mission. So that has me excited. I'm hoping that isn't said for it to be some boring, this mission is handled in 1, maybe 2 chapters. I'm hoping that this dollhouse thing goes for like 5 chapters. And I know people are sitting here like, 5 chapters. Yeah, I want this puppet master to be an issue. Like, I don't want them just to be able to be like, oh yeah, they come to the dollhouse, the puppet master's doing it, find out the puppet master's doing it 1 chapter. 2nd chapter, you get a little altercation with him. The 3rd chapter, oh my God, we might lose. And then the 4th chapter, we won. I'm hoping they go for the 5, which is, okay, the 4th chapter, you think we won. Wait a minute, no, we didn't win. 5th chapter, we have to figure out something going on. Our back is on the ropes. We have to regroup. 6th chapter, okay, we can handle it. You know, like, I know that might seem drawn out, but I want it to feel like each one of these new members that we're running into, and we got their names. We got the Rainmaker, the Puppet Master, the Tumbelina Ogre Ensemble, and I think I'm missing one person's name. I'm sorry, I'm missing one person's name, but it'll pop up on screen so you guys know who I'm missing. But I'm hoping that each one of these guys takes like 5 or 6 chapters to take them out. So this arc of handling these Senju hands isn't quick. I want this to be something that this is what the mangaka Phantom Seer used to draw out some more power stuff, draw out some more lore, flesh out these humans that are being controlled by her. I don't need to know, you know, I don't need to get like 2-3 chapters of fleshing out, but who are they? How'd they get taken by her? What are they gaining out of being used by her, if they're gaining anything about used by her? What's the conditions of being part of her group? Like, I want them to break all of this stuff down as we go through each one of these members. It already is crazy that we already had the names of them. I kind of don't know how I feel about that, right? I guess you could say the shamans know how to do their recon, so that's how they was able to get their names. Okay, that's good. But then part of me is kind of like, dang, bro, like, I kind of wish we didn't know who they were, and then they found out about them, and then that was the way we got to this. But since they already know about them, that probably means they already know kind of what their abilities are, which kind of makes me go, okay. That takes out the suspense of them running into a new enemy and then they have to figure out what they do and stuff like that. But I'm hoping even if they know what the ability is, it isn't some easy, okay, yeah, we can handle it. Or I'm hoping they don't know what the ability is and just know a name. I would much prefer they don't know these people's abilities and they have to learn how to fight against them in the midst of fighting. That raises the stakes and raises the technicality and the smarts of the people fighting. I'm hoping that's what Phantom Seer does, okay? Because I would love that. I think Phantom Seer needs something like that to really add it some spark, to really, you know what I'm saying, make it pop out. It's already leaving the school. It gets so much better when it's not in the school. So I'm excited because I'm hoping each one of these people that they're dealing with, they have to go out in their territory or something and find them. Okay, I don't want this to keep being, you know, oh, we might fight one in the school, we'll catch one outside, we'll go back to school, be chilling, and one wants to catch us by surprise at the school. If one tries to catch him by surprise at the school, I'm gonna be like, why? Why not catch him by surprise on the street? Why the school? I feel like the school is going to hold Phantom Seer back, okay? The school setting, in my opinion, is holding it back. But I digress. Going back into this doll master situation, we don't know the ability, but automatically you can assume it's voodoo. Okay, there's these special dolls that are popular and that the doll master could be the person who actually made these dolls commercially, and then sometimes they use these dolls against people to control them, like with fandoms and shit like that, right? That'll be an interesting plot point because then it's like, okay, there are people who have power, you know what I'm saying, marketing power, advertising power, company power, who is being controlled by this Shinju chick, being controlled by these fandoms and shit like that, right? So that will definitely add to the higher level of stakes going on with the world. But I don't want to jump to the gun. I don't want to, you know, speak on something that'd be really cool and that's nowhere near what the mangakas are going for. But I definitely think that'd be a cool little addition for them to do. And for them to start with the puppet master, it just makes me wonder what order we're going to get into these people, and who, is there a hierarchy of danger? Do they have hierarchy? Like, is there one that leads them? Like, I'm not sure at all. I'm just going with the flow like you guys and trying to figure it out. This chapter wasn't like really heavy. Not even with lore. It just was a whole bunch of them just basically saying that, okay, this Shinju chick is out here doing dangerous things. We got to figure out what's going on. She's learned how to use people and basically building her up to be this female main antagonist that they have to deal with, which is cool. We have a female main antagonist like this we have to deal with. I'm not sure if the Shinju woman is the EOS of Phantom Seer, or is she just one of many down the line. Maybe this is just a Shinju arc, and then he takes her out, and then next we have some other things we have to deal with, okay? I don't know. That's what I'm assuming is going to be something like that. I'm not quite sure. Oh, and then something else I want to bring up was Iori talking about that normal shit again. Like anyone else, no one wants to be more normal than me. I thought he was done with that. I swore that last chapter when him and Riku had that conversation, what's the point of being normal if the world... Like, I thought that was him, like, really, like, come out of that little I want to be normal shit. I guess he still is on that want to be normal wave, I guess. I'm not impressed by it. I think it's weird. Like I always say, I think it's weird. I don't know. But that's his thing. That's what the mangaka going for. They want him to, he wants to be normal. He doesn't want to deal with fandoms and stuff no more. But I guess, you know, I don't really see, if you know you could do something that can help people and that people don't even know is a thing that's hurting them, then why would you not want to help them? I think, like I said, I think he's just traumatized and is taking something to his heart. It shouldn't be taken as deeply in his heart as it should, but that's normal, you know what I'm saying, from loss or traumatization, stuff like that. So we have to see where the mangakas are going for that. And that's really all for Phantom Seer 121. It was really more of a build-up chapter. It was leading us into what's going this new arc and what's going to happen. But like I said, I'm excited because we're not in the school, so I already know this is about to be at least decent. I feel like the school's too tropey, you know? The school's just a little too tropey, Shonen Jump. With stuff like Jujutsu Kaisen out there was really taking the spin on the exorcism thing, Phantom Seer needs to make sure they're pulling out of that. I keep saying it, but they got to make sure they're pulling out of that school tropiness and is really getting into its identity of what it is, because it hasn't done anything impressive with the school stuff to make it something where I'm fine with it staying in the school. All of its impressive things have been outside of it. So yeah, that's how my take on it. But as I always say, it is me, Doncho. Thank you for coming to the Hideout, you guys. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and please come back to me. If there's anything I missed, any questions you want to ask me, hit the comment section below. I love talking to you guys, as you guys know, and when you respond to me, I respond to you. So thank you so much, you guys. It is me, Doncho. Peace. Young noise.